So here recently, I published my trading hall design, and yeah, it got me to thinking I needed a dedicated zombie conversion system for the much cheaper trades, like the 1 emerald trades. So if you don't know, you can convert a villager into a zombie, then convert him back to a villager, and then he pretty much stays at 1 emerald trade, which is really useful for your trading hall. And yeah, I needed a system to do this to carry along with me throughout the years of survival, and I'm hoping this thing holds up. But this is probably the most compact I can get it for a minecart design. We're actually using this little circuit that was introduced in 1.13, where it depends on the lava to go in front of the observers to release the tick a little bit further out, so like 3 or 4 seconds. It's an El Mango circuit. I love this little circuit. It's so cool. I just haven't found a place to implement it yet. And this worked out perfectly because I needed something compact enough for a vertical output going into this dispenser. So we'll put in a villager right here. We'll put a minecart and hopefully he will go into it. Now be a good fella. Come on. You want to be a good pal. There we go. So he's in the minecart. He's going to get dropped down. The zombie has a sharpness 5 sword, so he gets converted rather fast. Just enough time for that minecart to catch him, and then a potion of weakness. So that's going to allow me to convert him by feeding him a golden apple. Oh, you know me so well. I'm here to share the love. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this build, just in case you need a zombie conversion system in your world. I'm going to be including a world downloads and a materials list in the description if you're interested. So beginning off, we're going to be referencing this input block right here. This is kind of up to you how your input line comes in, because it's going to be coming from your villager breeder or some separate system aside from the zombie conversion. So I'm going to leave that up to you. But for now, I'm going to place a temporary block here, put in a block of redstone. That way we begin our powered rail track. So this is usually how I like to do things. Just do totally powered rails so that we have all the power you need to get those villagers into the system. Just a little bit easier to work with instead of having to manually power rails all the time when it comes to like regular rails and how they work with inclines and such. So I'm going to place a temporary block on the side right here, put in a hopper, and then we want a powered rail on top of this hopper with a chest on the side so we can catch those minecarts when they come through. Once we place in a cactus on the side. So sand falls, it's probably not a good thing. So we're going to place a block there so the sand can be held. And then of course on that sand, we need a cactus so it will break the mine carts. And then above this, we'll just need to place in about 3 glass blocks like this. And then you want to make a circle just going around the edge over here. So right here, we'll need an observer facing outwards from a string, which is going to be right here, that catches our villager once he comes in. So right there, just like that. And this is going to input into a repeater that's also going to be a switch for our observer beneath it. So we need a repeater set to 4 ticks like that. And then that's going to run into a sticky piston, which is going to drop our villager once she's in this little chamber. So just like this, we'll place in a sticky piston right under that, and then have a glass block waiting for us over here next to this hopper, so it could just pop out whenever he's in there. We managed to make it through the input system. Hopefully we won't be befuddled by the delay circuit. So behind here we need 3 observers outputting from the repeater. I want to do a temporary block under this last observer, then do a holding block underneath that, break the temporary block, place in a repeater, 4 ticks like that, and we'll need an upwards facing dispenser on the side of that repeater with a lava bucket inside. We'll need an observer outputting backwards. We're going to rope around like this, so we're going to have one outputting right here to the dispenser, one observing, and that's going to output into a sticky piston. So temporary block, sticky piston, remove the temporary block, and you pretty much got the circuit in place. You just got to add in the observer right here that's going to output into your repeater. And so from there, we're going to take a sticky piston, go downwards with it. You want to go to the side of that repeater, so it's all blocked up and you can't really see the repeater. Into a redstone block right here, and then we'll need to do a temporary block and a holding block, do a redstone repeater, 4 ticks like this, into a dispenser, and that's going to be facing outwards like this towards the input system, and we pretty much got that in place. So to best illustrate the rail system, I think it'd be best to do the holding chamber next, which could get a little bit confusing, so do your best to follow me. It's going to be a little bit weird. So a couple of glass blocks underneath the hopper for where our minecart collection is for the input. So we'll do a temporary block on the side, do a glass block right there, and then we'll do another glass block right next to our cactus holder. Now from here, we're going to do maybe like a little awkward staircase. So we're going to do a temporary block, place in 2 glass blocks like this, do the same thing on the other side. like that. Let's take that stone out, and then temporary block, and then we'll do a glass block right there. And so another temporary block, and then it's going to go like this. And this will be the holding segment for the zombie villager, or the zombie that's going to convert the villager. Put in a glass block there, and then we'll need a trapdoor right there, and one right here. Or you can even put in a glass block. It's up to you right here. But we got to keep this a trapdoor on this side. Oh, I got this little guy in play. So a couple of notes. If you want to get a zombie in here in a minecart, I usually just do like a rail system going into the side and then push him on in. Make sure he's holding a sharpness 5 sword and your world is on hard difficulty so you can get a nice transfer for the conversion rate. So sharpness 5, it's usually within the first 2 hits, I believe. And so now you're ready for the rail system, and we're just about there. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is going to be a piece of cake for the rail system. So 2 blocks extending to the right side of that. We'll do a temporary block, and then we'll do a temporary one with a redstone block on the side. Begin with our powered rails on the glass block, so that's going to pick up our villager. Continue upwards, and that's going to go above our redstone block like that. You could break that one if you want to. And then you can extend from the other side. So that's our pickup system. This extends over here. And then if you wanted to, you could do like a little drop chamber or wherever it's going to go. This is where my tutorial kind of ends for the rail system. So I'm just going to have my villager setting in this little pocket to demonstrate stuff. And as we're working on the rail system, it might be beneficial for you to place in a hopper on the side of this dispenser, place in a double chest, and then just fill that puppy up with a bunch of minecarts. So the only thing we really have left to do is the potion of weakness system. And thankfully it's another scrumptious slice of cake to feast on. So we got a string and then a glass block, so it's in the center. Then we'll do an output from that string into a repeater, a temporary block, holding block, and then we're going to do the repeater, 4 ticks. And that's going to go into a signal block right here. So just a solid block. And then we can do a dispenser facing back this way. So whenever the potion gets dispensed, it will hit that glass block and then he will get the potion of weakness effect. So we'll take a hopper, do a couple of chests above that, and then put your potion of weaknesses in there. And when he comes through, that will shoot some stuff out. So we could test it like this. Let's place in an item. We hit the string and it gets popped out. So as you can see, it works. The system's all in place. And I think you're ready to go. Whoa, hold your horses. Make sure there's some half slabs here so you don't have to worry about that zombie getting burnt as he's coming out into the sunlight. So he should be fully guarded now. We've got the half slabs. Now let's go ahead and give it a test and make sure it works. So we'll go ahead and place it in the minecart. He is going to get picked up, put into the system. It's going to get converted by the zombie. Then the minecart pickup is going to come through, potion of weakness, and then we'll do the golden apple. And that, my friends, is a successfully converted zombie. Very nice. Oh, and do I hope this brings you joy. If you decide to use it in your survival world, I also do a survival series on my channel. If you're interested in checking that out, consider subscribing to the channel and joining the family. But guys, I'm going to roll off. Hope you like the design. Have a good one.